The calm before the storm. The Galaxy Council chamber was filled with voices, hundreds of alien delegates sitting inside the Great Hall, the ceiling covered with glowing stars, the walls shining with symbols of power. It was a place where every race came to speak, to argue, to laugh, and sometimes to mock others on this day. The whispers were about Earth. Many aliens leaned toward each other, speaking in low tones, their eyes glowing, their sharp teeth or strange mandibles showing small smiles. They thought Earth was weak. They thought humans were soft. "They avoid every war," one delegate hissed, his skin blue and his eyes like fire. "They only sit behind their small defenses. They never fight unless cornered." "Yes," another agreed, her voice like steel scraping stone. "They send ambassadors with words, not soldiers with blades. They are not warriors. They are timid creatures." Laughter filled the chamber, the sound echoing across the walls. But in the center of the hall stood Earth's ambassador, a simple man in a plain, dark suit, his face calm, his voice soft. He did not join their laughter. He only waited the head of the council. A tall figure with horns wrapped in silver chains finally raised his hand. "Ambassador of Earth," he said with a booming tone, "why do your people stay silent when others take more worlds? When others show strength, when others claim glory? Do you have no fire inside your species?" The human ambassador looked at him slowly, his eyes steady, his voice even. "We have fire," he said, "but we also have patience. We have chosen peace. And for years we stayed away from your wars because peace was stronger than pride." The council burst into more laughter, some delegates even pounding the tables with their claws, mocking the human words. One alien general leaned forward, his armor shining with crimson light, his voice sharp. "Patience, you call it patience. But the galaxy sees it as weakness. You have no armies strong enough to face us, no fleets fast enough to match us. Earth is nothing but a quiet corner of the stars." For the first time, the ambassador's calm expression hardened. His voice dropped lower. "Do not mistake patience for weakness," he said, the words cutting through the laughter like a blade. "Earth has held back, but if we are forced, the galaxy will see what we truly are." A heavy silence fell for a moment, but then more laughter rose, this time louder, the arrogance filling the chamber again. The ambassador slowly turned and walked out of the great hall, leaving behind a silence that lingered for only seconds before it broke again into jokes and mocking words. Outside, he looked at the stars stretching through the glass ceiling, his hands clasped behind his back, his whisper so low no one else could hear. "You wanted the storm, now you will face it." Meanwhile, across the galaxy, alien fleets were moving. Huge warships of the coalition gathered at the edges of human territory, their engines burning bright, their cannons loaded, the commanders confident. They thought humans would surrender. They thought humans would run. In the fleet command room of the coalition, alien generals laughed as they looked at the hologram of Earth's small colonies. "Easy targets," one said. "They will fall without a fight, and then the rest of Earth will bow." But one scout pilot, young and nervous, spoke in a shaky voice. "Commander, there are strange signals near the dark sector. Long-range scans show massive objects hidden. They do not match our records." The general waved his hand. "Nonsense, human ships are small, weak. They cannot hide fleets from us." But the young pilot could not shake the feeling of dread. He had seen shadows larger than any alien dreadnought, moving slow, silent, watching back on Earth, deep under the oceans and mountains, in bases no alien had ever seen. Giant doors were opening, machines waking from centuries of sleep, enormous shapes sliding out from hidden docks. Human soldiers stood at attention, their faces hard, their voices steady. They had waited a long time for this order. The human high command looked at the star maps glowing across the walls, red lights showing alien fleets closing in. One commander finally spoke. "They wanted to test us. They will learn the price. On the surface, ordinary humans still live their lives. Children playing, workers walking, lovers holding hands under city lights. They did not know the storm was about to begin. They did not know that patience had finally broken, and far away in the silent void, the first human dreadnought moved. Its massive hull dark as night, its engines quiet but powerful. It glided like a shadow of death, waiting for the signal. The galaxy thought humans were weak, but now, the galaxy was about to learn the truth. The calm was over. The storm was coming. The spark of war, the first strikes came fast, sharp, and without warning. Alien coalition fleets dropped out of warp above small human colonies, their ships covering the skies like a dark storm, cannons glowing, missiles ready. The alien commanders smiled with cruel confidence. "Burn their outposts," one captain ordered, his voice full of pride. "Make them fear us. Make them beg." The first colony fell in minutes. Not because humans could not fight, but because humans did not answer. They stayed silent, their defenses quiet, their leaders calm. This silence only fed the arrogance of the aliens, see? Another commander laughed, raising his glass of dark liquid in celebration. The humans are nothing, they bow as expected, but in secret, human eyes were watching everything, every attack recorded, every move of the alien fleets mapped. Satellites hidden beyond detection sent signals back to Earth, signals that woke giants in the deep black of space. Beyond where alien sensors could reach, a shadow moved, the first human dreadnought, a ship older than most alien empires, built in silence, hidden for decades, slid out of the dark sector, its massive frame swallowing starlight, its armor layered with metals unknown to the galaxy. Inside, human officers stood at their stations, their faces grim but steady. No words of fear, only quiet resolve. Targets acquired, one officer whispered. Coalition fleet ahead, outnumbering us 300 to 1. The commander of the dreadnought leaned forward, his voice calm. Let them strike first. We show them only what they force us to show. The alien fleet noticed the dreadnought at last. One ship against their hundreds, they laughed. Fools, a general growled. To send a single ship against us. They insult us with this weakness, they fired everything. Missiles streaking like fire across the void. Beams of light crossing the darkness. Explosions blooming against the dreadnought's shields. But the ship did not even flinch inside. The human crew felt the impacts like soft waves. The shields absorbing everything, not even a flicker of failure. The alien laughter grew at first, then slowly faded. Their weapons kept firing, but nothing broke the shield. Then came silence, a dreadful silence, as the dreadnought's weapons powered up. Glowing lines of energy crawling across its hull. The commander gave the order with only 2 words. Return fire. A single volley was unleashed. One blast of human technology the galaxy had never seen. Dozens of alien ships vanished in light. Entire cruisers torn apart, their fragments spinning like dust, their screams filling comm channels before cutting to silence. Panic rippled through the alien ranks. What is this weapon? One shouted, his mandibles clicking in terror. This is impossible. But more human fire followed, precise and merciless. Every shot tearing fleets apart. The young alien scout who had warned his generals now watched in horror, his ship shaking as dreadnought energy beams carved through their forces like paper. We should have listened, he whispered, tears in his eyes. We should have never woken them. Back on the coalition capital, messages flooded in, screams of defeat, desperate calls for reinforcements. But every fleet sent met the same fate. Humans were no longer holding back on Earth. High Command watched the live feeds, red dots disappearing one after another from the galactic maps. An admiral stood up, his voice low but fierce. For years we stayed silent, they thought we were weak. But today we remind the galaxy. We are the storm they never wanted to face in the council chamber. The same aliens who laughed at Earth now sat in shock, watching as reports came in, their voices trembling. 300 ships lost to 1, a delegate gasped. This cannot be real, but it was real, and it was only the beginning. The dreadnought sent a single transmission across the stars. A voice calm, human, unshaken. Earth's patience is over, you brought this war. Now you will face what we kept hidden. Those words spread across the galaxy like fire, reaching even the farthest colonies, sparking both fear and awe. Some alien soldiers threw down their weapons. Unwilling to face the human storm, others shouted for vengeance. But none could deny the truth. The galaxy had misjudged Earth. In the silence of space, the dreadnought drifted forward, its shadow falling over the ruins of the alien fleet. Unstoppable, calm, deadly, and in that moment, the galaxy realized something terrifying. Earth had been patient for centuries, but now that patience had shattered, and nothing would stop what came next. Humanity's true face. The galaxy had always believed humans were fragile, short-lived, and slow to act. But now every alien fleet commander was learning the truth in the most brutal way possible. In the silent darkness, the human dreadnought hung like a mountain carved from shadow. Its weapons no longer hidden, its shields glowing faintly, its presence terrifying. Alien generals screamed orders, desperate to regain control, regroup, flank them, overwhelm them with numbers. Hundreds of ships moved as one, beams and torpedoes filling the void with fire. But nothing pierced the dreadnought. It drifted through the storm untouched, like a predator walking through rain. Inside, the human crew remained calm. No shouting, no panic, only steady voices reporting targets. Enemy flagship locked, an officer said quietly. The commander's reply was just as soft. End it. A single strike shot forward. Not bright, not dramatic, just pure focused energy. The alien flagship, massive, proud, filled with thousands of soldiers, vanished in a flash, torn into fragments that scattered like ashes. Silence filled the alien channels, a silence louder than screams. One young alien officer whispered in shock. "This is not technology. This is death itself," but it was technology. Human technology, perfected in silence, hidden under oceans, buried under mountains, built not for pride but for survival. And the galaxy had forced it into the light. Panic spread, fleets breaking apart, soldiers refusing to fight, some abandoning their ships, drifting into space rather than face the dreadnought. But the dreadnought did not chase. It only advanced slowly, calm, relentless, a shadow of judgment. Back on Earth, more fleets awakened, rising from secret docks, enormous ships sliding out of hidden caverns, submarines transforming into carriers, orbital stations unfolding like sleeping beasts. The human high command gave the order. Release the storm. Entire constellations flickered as human warships jumped into alien-controlled systems, each one moving with precision, each one equipped with weapons the galaxy had never seen. Aliens who once mocked Earth now begged for mercy, their voices filling council chambers. Stop them, make peace, before they erase us all. But peace was no longer an option. Earth's patience was gone. Still, humanity did not strike blindly. They chose carefully, targeting only fleets, only weapons, only the pride of the coalition. They wanted the galaxy to see, to understand. One dreadnought broadcast a message as it entered a system filled with alien warships, its captain's voice calm. "We warned you, we gave you every chance. Now you will learn respect." Then the sky burned. Alien ships fired wildly, their fear making them reckless. But every shot missed or bounced, and every counterstrike from the dreadnought was precise. Ships turning into debris in seconds, watching from a distance. Alien civilians trembled, their cities untouched. But their warriors erased, they began to understand. Humans were not conquerors. They were executioners of arrogance in the Galaxy Council. Chaos reigned, delegates shouting, demanding answers, some slamming their fists, some weeping. "How could we not see this?" one asked. "How could they build such power in silence?" The truth was simple. Humans had never wanted to rule the galaxy. They had only wanted to be left alone, but now the mask was off, and the galaxy was staring into the face of something ancient and terrifying. Reports came in faster now, each one worse than the last. Fleets destroyed, capitals trembling, generals refusing to fight. And then came the worst news. The dreadnoughts were not alone anymore. Massive carriers, silent destroyers, orbital fortresses, an entire armada that had never been counted, never been seen, rose together like shadows from the deep. The galaxy finally understood. The silence of Earth had not been weakness, it had been preparation, and now humanity's true face was revealed in the void. The first dreadnought sent its final message for that day, a message broadcast to every corner of the galaxy, translated into every language, every voice. You thought Earth was quiet, you thought we were weak, but our silence was the warning you ignored. We are humanity, and we are done holding back. As those words spread like fire, the galaxy trembled. Millions of alien citizens stared into the night sky, knowing that somewhere out there, the storm of Earth was moving toward them. Unstoppable, inevitable, and for the first time in centuries the galaxy felt true fear, because now they had seen humanity's true face and there was no going back. The collapse of arrogance, the galaxy was burning with fear. Not because humans had destroyed cities or slaughtered innocents, but because they had chosen their targets with terrifying precision. Only fleets, only weapons, only the proud banners of the coalition, and yet the destruction was enough to shake the entire Order of the Stars. In the coalition's main war council, generals screamed over each other, their voices breaking with panic. They should not have this power. One shouted, pounding his armored fist against the table. One dreadnought destroyed 300 ships in a single hour. Another growled. And more are rising from their hidden bases. We cannot match this, but still. There were some who clung to arrogance, their pride stronger than reason. They are still only humans, one elder sneered, his scales twitching. They bleed like us, they can be crushed. If we gather all our fleets, if we strike their homeworld, Earth will fall? Others nodded, desperate to believe in that lie, desperate to hold on to the illusion that humans could be defeated. But deep inside, even they felt the fear meanwhile. The dreadnought fleet spread through coalition space like shadows, every move cold, calculated, unstoppable. Human commanders did not shout, they did not boast. They spoke only in measured tones. Neutralize that fleet, disable that station. Push forward. Alien worlds watched in horror as their proud defenders were erased in minutes. Ships that had once been symbols of strength crumbled like glass, and yet civilians were left untouched. Cities spared. This choice confused many. "Why do they not strike our people?" whispered one alien mother, holding her child as the sky glowed with distant explosions. The answer came when a human transmission filled every channel. A voice steady and calm: "We are not here for your homes. We are here for your leaders, for the armies that mocked us, for the fleets that broke our peace. We strike only at arrogance." Those words spread faster than any weapon. In taverns, in schools, in crowded streets, alien citizens whispered, "Earth does not kill the innocent. Earth punishes the guilty," and in that moment fear turned to something worse. Respect. On the capital world of the Coalition, chaos broke out. Senators arguing, generals resigning, civilians marching in protest. "Make peace with Earth," they cried, "before we are erased completely." But pride is a heavy chain, and many leaders refused to bow. "If we surrender," one shouted to the council, "we will be slaves. Better to die fighting than kneel to humans." The chamber erupted, half demanding peace, half demanding war. And while they argued, the humans moved closer in the void. The dreadnoughts gathered, now not one, not 10, but hundreds, a storm of steel and fire, their massive hulls blocking out starlight. An alien fleet tried to stand in their path. 20 capital ships lined up in a last show of defiance. The human commander of Dreadnought Valiant gave no long speech. Only 3 words, calm and final, erased their pride in less than 5 minutes. 20 alien capital ships were nothing but drifting wreckage. News of the massacre spread instantly, and the Coalition's strength cracked. Entire sectors declared neutrality, refusing to send fleets, refusing to fight. Some worlds even sent messages directly to Earth, offering surrender before a shot was fired. The Galaxy Council sat in stunned silence as reports stacked higher and higher. "Entire fleets refusing orders," one delegate whispered. "Our soldiers no longer trust us. They fear the humans more than they fear our wrath." In the council chamber, where once humans had been laughed at, there was now only silence and trembling voices. The human ambassador returned at last, standing calm, his voice steady. "We warned you," he said, looking around at faces pale with fear. "We asked only for peace, but you chose arrogance, you chose war, and now your own soldiers abandon you because they see the truth." No one laughed this time. No one mocked. Some bowed their heads. Others wept, but still a few leaders hissed with pride, their eyes burning with hate. "You cannot destroy us all," one said. "The Coalition will endure." The ambassador's eyes turned cold. "Then watch how fast your pride turns to ashes outside." The human fleet turned its path toward the alien capital, not rushing, not burning, but moving with the calm inevitability of a storm. Alien citizens on that world stared at the night sky, whispering prayers, some for survival, some for forgiveness. They all knew the same truth. No army could stop what was coming, and in that silence, the Coalition's arrogance finally began to collapse. The galaxy kneels. The alien capital had never known silence like this. Its skies, once filled with parades of ships, were empty. Its streets, once alive with pride, now crowded with trembling civilians. Every eye turned to the heavens, where shadows grew larger, blocking stars one by one. The human fleet had arrived. Hundreds of dreadnoughts glided into orbit, their dark hulls lined with glowing veins of power, carriers unfolding like giants, destroyers moving in perfect formation, their presence alone more terrifying than any weapon. The alien defense fleets tried to form ranks, but their soldiers refused orders, many abandoning their posts, others mutinying against their own commanders inside the Alien War Council. Leaders shouted, their voices breaking, "We must resist," one cried, slamming the table. "If we bow now, we are finished forever." But another leader stood, his eyes hollow, his voice low. "Look outside your windows. Finished is what we already are." The chamber erupted in chaos, pride crumbling into fear. Then came the message. From the largest human dreadnought, a transmission filled every screen, every hall, every street of the capital, translated into 1,000 tongues. A human commander stood tall, his face calm, his eyes cold, his voice steady as steel. "You mocked us, you struck our colonies. You called us weak, but you never understood. Our silence was not weakness, it was mercy." His words echoed like thunder across the planet. "Now you face the storm you created. Your fleets are gone, your armies broken, your pride shattered. Yet your people live because we choose restraint. We do not seek your extinction. We demand your respect outside." The human fleet powered its weapons, not firing, just showing the energy glowing brighter than suns. Enough to remind the galaxy that destruction was only one command away. The alien council froze, their arrogance choking in their throats. A single elder rose from his seat, trembling, his voice breaking. "We surrender on behalf of our worlds, on behalf of our people. We surrender to Earth." The word spread instantly across the capital, across the stars. Across the entire galaxy, citizens wept, not only from fear, but from relief. Relief that humanity had not chosen annihilation. In distant sectors, alien soldiers dropped their weapons, falling to their knees as the surrender orders reached them. In villages, in marketplaces, in crowded homes, alien mothers whispered to their children, "Remember this day, the day Earth showed the galaxy that silence can be stronger than war." On Earth, High Command listened to the message of surrender, their faces calm, but their eyes heavy with the weight of history. "We never wanted this war," one admiral said softly. "But now the galaxy will never mistake patience for weakness again." Back on the alien capital, the human envoy entered the council chamber, walking slowly, his steps echoing on the cold floor. The same chamber where he had once been mocked, laughed at, humiliated, now silent, every alien bowing their head as he passed. He stood in the center, his voice clear. "We did not come here to rule you. We did not come here to enslave you. We came to end the arrogance that threatened peace from this day forward. Know this. Earth is not weak. Earth is not silent. Earth is the storm you should never awaken again." The chamber remained silent. No one dared speak, no one dared laugh outside. The human fleet slowly turned, leaving the planet intact, leaving the people alive, but leaving a memory that would never fade. In the quiet that followed, one alien child looked up at the retreating ships, his small voice trembling. "They could have destroyed us. Why didn't they?" His mother pulled him close, whispering, "Because that is what makes them stronger than us. They win not only with power but with mercy." From that day forward, across every world and every council and every whisper, one truth was repeated. Never again mistake the silence of Earth for weakness. Because the day Earth's patience shatters, the galaxy kneels.